Back again with another video. Before we get started, we want to quickly just give some shout outs real quick. Shout out to the Diglett Hunter for gifting us the tickets to this pose. Really awesome. Very unique pose that they released. But also, this team that we're going to be introducing is inspired by the Diglett Hunter as well. So just wanted to give out those shout outs and back to the battles. Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the Open Great League, and let's try out a interesting team, more on the ABB side. We got the Shadow Lapras with the Dachsbun and the Wiggly in the back. So we are going to stay in for now, as we are going to be able to fire off this Skull Bash. Not only is it going to boost our defense, but it does significant damage to this Azumarill. We thinking about taking another move here. We do take the move, and then we dip out of there into the Dachsbun. The Dachsbun is actually surprisingly kind of tanky. The ability to get the debuff helps the situation, but this is going to be a loss because we are throwing resisted charms, and you can see right here the Skeletor's actually got an extra Incinerate, which is not going to be helpful for us. So we did have to shield there. We expecting a shield back, yeah, and then we're just going to have to hope the Wiggly will be able to win the backline. We have to shield here because this is going to be a boosted Torch Song, and our opponent comes in with the Azumarill, and we get the farm down. And they just GG's quit. What? Well, let us know what you thought was in the bag. I mean, obviously it was something weak to it. Would a fighter make sense in that lineup, or maybe a dark type? Maybe a dark type. Yep. We got a great lead here. They switch out into the Malamar. So Malamar could have been in that last battle, but we don't know. But you can see how advantageous the charms are to this Malamar. We didn't have to shield anything, and we can only throw this Psychic Vein here to just chip away at it. Unable to get to a second one, they are able to farm us down easily, and we can come back in here with the Lapras. Good timing by our opponent, and let's see what moveset they're running. Stonage is revealed. Now, this is going to KO or get the shield. They decided to shield this. Looks like we have to shield here. It's going to be another Stonage, and they decided to use their Alligator as their closer. We get the huge Skull Bash to go through. We get the farm down, and now we have to beat this Clogsire with our Wiggly. This Wiggly is going to be able to win this matchup because they are not running Sludge Bomb, which allows us to tank one move, and they basically have to get to the at least two more Stonages. All right, we got a bad lead, so we're just going to switch out into the Dachsbun. Dachsbun here is going to be pretty iffy on this situation. You can see right here we get to this Body Slam. We did get that charm, so if we shield here, we would be able to flip the switch, but we decided just to let it go, and we're gonna save the shields for the Wiggly. Our opponent reveals the Blastoise. We have a little bit of energy advantage, so we go for the Skull Bash. Huge Skull Bash goes through. We try to charm them down, but they get to that move easily. We have to keep this Wiggly pretty healthy. Oh, and our opponent just GG's quits. I feel like they had a chance. Unless they weren't running the Rock Tomb and they were running some kind of spicy moveset, I feel like they had a chance to win that. Okay, Shadow Blastoise in the lead is going to be difficult, as we are forced to switch out. We are going to have to shield here. They switch into their Lapras. So double water is revealed. This Shadow Lapras, though, is taking a huge amount of damage right now. Unable to get to that last Psychic Fang. But you can see how low this Lapras is. They are debuffed. We tried to go for the farm down, but unfortunately unable to, so we just tank a Sparkling Aria. And then here we have this Blastoise to deal with. Let's see if they decide to shield here or let this go. They do shield it, and now we're just going to switch out into the Wiggly. Wiggly is going to have to tank one Hydro. That actually is a lot of damage. Here, just going to have to shield here. Ooh! And we get the matchup we actually want. Mandibuzz versus our Wiggly is going to struggle. We deal these Icy Wind to not only get the shield, but also get the debuff. So much so that we survive that. We get the Charm to go off, and then we immediately switch out into the Lapras. They're looking for the farm down, but they get a little bit too greedy because we get to another Sparkling for the KO. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Lapras / Wiggly at the end. So let's see what we find next. We got the Lapras versus the Galarian Weezing. Pretty good lead here as we are doing a chunk of damage. Look at that health damage so far. Not only do we pretty much deal as much fast move pressure as they did with their charge move, but we almost get the farm down. We're gonna have to just tank this, and then with the Simo switch, and they unfortunately switch into a unfortunate situation. We tank the Oral Wheel, and we see the Talonflame. So actually this is gonna get a little bit tricky. Luckily, we do get the Psychic Fang debuff. We are gonna wait the time, even though they're switch locked, because they potentially are going to have to switch out of here. We decided to let the first one go. They go for the Flame Charge. Flame Charge is going to ramp up, so we have to show that one. And then you can see right there, they try to reset the debuff, catch the move, but the Charms just chunking away because they got debuffed. So check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.